Welcome everyone to Welzy's session on financial planning, the Emperor Forever. My name is Aditya and I head advisory at Welzy.com. We are glad and excited to be here with you all. We wish safe and good health to each participant from Wimpy Labs. Welzy is a digital wealth provider, and we know each one of you has a unique path and can't be met through standardized solutions alone. You need custom advice and solutions to achieve your own unique dreams and objectives. I hope my audio is audible on the other sides. I need some feedback from participants on the chat window.
Yeah, audible.
Yeah, and also I would request keep yourself on mute. Because these there are many participants, so that easily everyone can hear. This is our first interaction with you, and we are starting with a basic but very relevant topic. It looks simple, but people take it for granted. This directly impacts every person's financial life. Many may wonder, do I need really a financial plan? And money is not everything in life as well. But to achieve all your goals, such as buying a house, car, dream, vacation, and that's what we are working for, and child's education and so on, you need to make money. These are part of happiness, so your hard-earned money need to work for you. But allocating savings and investment in ad hoc manner, which people usually do, is not enough to achieve your life goals. And such investments lead to inefficient utilization of your financial resources. Now, it's pretty clear what my speaker would be talking on. So let me introduce him. Sumit Manchanda is a MA in International Business and Finance from NIM Mumbai. He has bachelor's degree in Economics and Business Data Analysis from Delhi University. He has over 16 years of experience in financial industry, and he's authorized corporate trainer from Indian Institute of Training and Development under HRD Ministry of India. Respecting the time we have in hand, I straight away handling this presentation to Sumit. Sumit, welcome to this session. We would request everyone to participate in the communication and participate and make it more communicative. Over to you, Sumit.
Yeah, thank you, Aditya. Good morning to all of you. This is Sumit Manchanda. I'm a training manager for L&T Mutual Fund, and I hope all of you are well with this pandemic disease and all. Please take care of your health as well, because now in this pandemic we got to know that our health is more and more important than the wealth. But when we talk about the financial planning and all, my utilization of funds, as Aditya was saying perfectly right, whenever the goal we are reaching to our goal, at that point of time, I'm just looking where my funds are there, how I will manage that money and all everything. So while looking all these things, it means I'm not sure how I will utilize my money at that point of time. So just to take a one simple example, let me have an example for my child education. So I'm looking for my child education at the age of 18 years, which I want he or she will go for the higher studies. But at the time of 18 years, I'm just looking from where I'm getting my money, whether it is my in bank deposit, whether it is in my insurance policy, whether it is in my mutual fund or my shares, wherever you have invested. So that means we haven't planned well, because we are just looking the resources where it is parked now. So let me start my program. It is a very interesting and very thematic program. I hope you will also like it. So the program name is Emperor Forever. So what I want to have it into my life, I want to be a king always. Today, I'm a king of my life. I want to be a king in whole life, whether I'm at my home, whether I'm in my office, whether in my personal life or in my professional life, I want to be a king. So as and when I am earning, I'm a king. But the moment I will stop earning, I will may not be enjoy that facilities, or you can say that luxury which I'm enjoying today. So this is a story of our one king. So let me identify a king from our batch itself. So who will be the king? Any volunteer who want to be a king in this story? Anyone, any volunteer who want to be a king today? No volunteer want to be a king. Oh, wow, good, really great. So let me find out a king in my list. So I'm just opening a participant list. So let me see whose name is coming. So let me take a king to Mr. Arun Lal. Sir, can you give me the permission? You want to be a king in my story today? Sir, can I have your permission? Can I make you a king today? Sir is not responding. So Aditya, can you nominate someone?
Let me pick Siri Kiranan for the king.
Siri Kiranan. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, Aditya, to identify a king for today. So more congratulations, you are a king for this session. And now let me start with a very interesting story. So there's a kingdom where in this kingdom there's a process of identifying a king. So normally it is happening with some kind of political teams are there and election procedures are there, but here in this kingdom the selection of a king starts from one of the, you can say, old, you can say, one custom, and that custom is for the elephant will identify the king. So there's one elephant who is just roaming at the time of selection of a king in the complete city and complete kingdom, and it will be selecting any person as like a king. So Mr. Sri Karnan is well established in his job, in his work, and he haven't thought about to become a king, but this elephant has finalized him to become a king in this kingdom for next 5 years. So he is going to rule this kingdom for next 5 years, and he will be enjoying all the facilities which to be given for the one king. But mind it, after 5 years you will not get anything, because you will be back to the square, you will be a normal person, you will be again back to your job and all everything, or maybe you are throwing out of the kingdom because after spending a life of a king you may not be adjustable in that point of time. So that kind of uncertainty is there. So sir has been finalized as like a king by the elephant as like a custom, and now sir is a king today. So what is going to happen with him? So now from today onwards, all the facilities, all the luxury will be on his table. Whatever he want, he will be getting it. Just only, I'm saying, a call away. So you just say, I want this, the thing is in front of your table. So that facility is going to enjoy it. And now the sir has thought about it, what to do after 5 years, what I will do. So he has thought about that 5 years time as well. So after the 5 years, he has decided, okay, fine, I want to be a king always in my life, which we always do it. So sir has decided to be a king for a life. So he has planned his 5 years time. Altogether, he is also working for that kingdom. He's a king, so he's just helping to that activities. He's just enjoying those things as well. But after 5 years, he wants to be a king for a whole life, which he has decided. Now, what is going to happen? Sir has planned his 5 years. So first year, he thought, okay, let me make a plan how I can be a king for whole life. So 1 year, first year, spend into the planning. Second year, because his planning part was saying, okay, I have to find out one place where I can build my own kingdom, because the reason behind it, I want to be a king for whole life. So after 5 years, which means in sixth year, I want to be a king. So I want a kingdom first. So in second year, he built his own kingdom where he is the only king. Then In third year, what he did, he went over there and invited the businessmen to start a business over there. And in fourth year, he invited some of the soldiers over there and give a protection. In fifth year, he called up some of the people, those are related to medical services, social services, and asked them to be over there and create an environment of staying. So after fifth year, when he got retired from the kingdom, and the kingdom was saying, no, you will not get more enjoy of your luxuries, what you will do now? So he said, I will be a king for whole life. I'm going to my new kingdom. Whosoever will be coming with me in my new kingdom, you all are warm welcome, because in my kingdom I am already having that employment opportunity. I am having in my all the social security. I am having my soldiers team who will help you, protect you, and I am having doctors team and all the people those are here to serve you. So warm welcome to all of you. On a sixth year starting, he opened a phase, and now lots of people went over there in his kingdom, those who like him as a king. And sir has enjoyed the whole life as like a king now from the sixth year onwards. So that is a crux of a story. So we planned, sir planned, and then executed in the 4 years time. So that discipline, and after that the result is a enjoyment the whole life. So that is a financial planning. So financial planning starts from the basics, first basic, as and when we are getting salary, as and when we are getting any income, that starts from the financial planning. So the first and foremost is that as and when we are getting money, that is starting of financial planning. But do we really need it? Frankly, it is a one big question. Why financial planning? Is this really needed? Whatever I'm earning, I'm spending right away. So I'm a king right away, but I won't be a king for whole life. So the financial planning is very important. As we are earning is important, because the reason behind it, we are having lots of goals in our life, lots of goals. Like goals may be a short holiday, goal may be a child education, goal may be retirement, goal may be any emergency planning. So COVID has given a lesson. So if that emergency planning is not perfect, so it means you will be struggling around it. So I need a financial planning in every of my life, because I'll tell you one simple one. You're getting salary, I'm getting salary. As and when we get our salary, if we will spend the salary in a one day, that can be possible. We can spend the salary in a one day. What we will do in next day, or maybe a very next day, what I will do in the whole month. Sorry, I'll not be able to survive it. So that is a basic crux of a financial planning. Why we need financial planning? Because my all goals are related to finance. None of the goal is related to not related to the finance. Just to take any of the example, if I talk about with my family is touched with me with the financial and non-financial goals, because that is an emotional touch. But apart from my family, everything is attached with finance, everything is attached with money. I'm going outside. If I want to go outside to have a one small chart, which is one snack in India, so if I want to have that, so I need money. So it means everything is associated with it. So that's why the financial planning is very important. So whenever we talk about our life cycle, so nowadays medical services are very advanced. We have seen in the COVID time. So the countries, those are very poor into the medical services as well. They have given a very fantastic view, and they have well played within COVID kind of a pandemic. But we have our own life cycle. So what is life cycle? We have one is an education side, where we are going to be basic education and all, which is at somewhere around 22 to 23 years, respectively goes to 24 and 25 years inclusive if the person is going for the kind of PhD program or maybe a kind of postgraduate one and all everything. But the basic education, which we normally get it up to the age of 22 years. So that is our education time. Then we have our earning years. So earning years, which means when we get married, when we get a first child, second child, then we can have my own house, my own car, my child education, my child marriage. That is somewhere around up to 38 years maximum, which I can adjust it. But this is a main time where I'm going to earn it. Mind it, these words. But when I'm entering into the post-retirement age, which is my up to 60, after the 60 years of time, so at that point of time, I'm not be earning. I'll not be earning at that point of time. What I'm going to have it? I'm just going to spend the money. So I'm just going to spend the money. I'm not going to earn a single penny. Just to ask you one question, very simple question. You can reply into the chat pod or you can just unmute to yourself. In which time duration, your education, your professional life, and your retirement life, in which life cycle you require the highest money you require? Any one of you can guess it. Highest money when we require it?
Child's education.
Okay, so I would say in professional life you require the highest money. Am I right, sir?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Anyone else? So let me move to the conclusion of it. Thank you, sir, for the participation, and you have given me the answer, which is child education, and which is our professional life. So let me tell you, when we require the highest money, is in the retirement side, after the retirement time. Why? The reason behind it. First 22 years, which is our basic education time duration. Nowadays, education time duration is pretty costlier. Yes, agreed. But important is that we can sometimes have a cheaper education as well. So that means on a uniform level, education requirement is not too high. But importantly, at the time of retirement, I'm not going to earn anything. I'm going to spend everything. Spending like, which is the biggest spending? My daily needs, my medical requirements. And at that point of time, the medical requirements are pretty higher. I can't compromise at that point of time because that will be a loss of life straight away. So the post-retirement time is the most crucial time. But yes, how we compromise it? I want my daughter will become an MBBS doctor. I have planned 60 lakh rupees for her for doing a MBBS, but at the time of admission, the course fee went to 1 crore. So what I will do? I will withdraw my money from my pension account, from my here and there accounts, and I will just put it into the education. So it means I haven't done a well preparation for my daughter's education. When I need 1 CR, I am doing a calculation on 60 lakhs, which is strong. We have to look into it again and again, not on daily basis, but at least once in a year, how I am going on, whether I'll be reaching to the pricing or not, whether the requirement which I'm thinking about to have at 60 lakhs, whether it is be going to the 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs, or maybe a crore. So I have to review it at least once in a year. Some people don't do the review. It is going on 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, and after that we'll be struggling to achieve it. So that is a simple goals we have it into our life. Maybe a car, maybe house, maybe education, maybe marriage, maybe going to the retirement. So I have given some certain ages. So what are the certain ages is, at least at the age of 20 years, you should have a car. If you don't want to buy a car, no worries about it. You should have that corpus should be ready. Let's suppose you want to buy a car of going to 10 lakh, and that 10 lakh is available with you in your investments. I'm okay with that. No worries. You don't want to buy a car, no worries. You don't buy a car. So same as like new house, same as like child education, same as child marriage and the retirement. So at that point of time, you should have that corpus should be ready. So that is important one. So this should be the ideal ages where you can have your own goals. Now, we normally do our financial planning, which is called as a comprehensive financial planning. So in that comprehensive financial planning, the contingency planning is very, very important. Contingency planning, which is an emergency planning. So I'll take an example into the next few slides later for this emergency planning. But most important is that the estate planning. I've seen various people who those are buying property. Say, how many properties do you require it? Ideally 1 or 2. That's it. Because property maybe give you the very fantabulous returns, but at the time of liquidation, you may not have a buyer at that point of time. So it means buying a too many property can also be a dangerous for you. And again, goes to the important point, insurance planning. So if we talk about to the international survey, majority of us in the world are insured, but less insured. So we don't know how much insurance I do require. Then goes to the next important pointer. If I would like to invest into equity and I'm buying equity without any thought process, I'm buying debt without any thought process, there are alternate resources are available. There are alternate schemes are available, which is giving me the opportunity to invest into equity market. Like a simple name is like as mutual fund. So I'm not looking for those. I'm just buying direct equity without any seeing anything. So that is again kind of wrong. So that's why is very, very important a comprehensive financial planning. What you need, you have to identify that need. If you are not, contact the experts. In market, normally experts are available. So find out an expert. Now, moving to the important flow, which is a cash flow statement. So this is a normal cash flow statement, which we normally make it. I would say if you haven't made your cash flow statement ever, please make it for yourself. Why I'm saying you, because the reason behind it, normally what we do, income minus expenses equals to saving. But I would like to tell you the suggested mantra is income minus saving plus equals to expenses. So less your savings first and then call for expenses. Now, very, very important slides, my dear friends. And this is one of the fantabulous thing which I want to tell you in this program. And after this, I'll be moving to the end of this program. So this is a quadrant. So this quadrant says, I'll be putting majority of our daily expenses into 4 different quadrants. So the first quadrant is in front of you, which is urgent expenses. Urgent expenses, which means which I can't cut. I have to do it today. So today means today. So there is no alternative of every single second as well. Important expenses, which I can postpone. I cannot cut it, but I can postpone it. Postpone maybe 1 hour, maybe 1 day, maybe 2 days, maybe 1 month, but I can't cut it down. So I can just postpone it. Popular expenses, which is my luxury actually, I can reduce it. And useless expenses, which I can straight away cut it. I don't need this, but I'm doing it. So that is a kind of useless expenses. So please don't mind my words into the next slide. It may be having your personal hobby and all everything. So I'm just putting the disclaimer before going to the next slide. If you have that hobby, that is your own call, but I'm just putting it into the kind of normal quadrants. So urgent expenses, what all are there? Grocery, education, bills, traveling, petrol. All these are my rents, EMIs, medicines. This is my urgent expenses, which I can't cut it. I can not even though postpone it. Important expenses, which I can postpone it, which is maybe premium of my life insurance policy, maybe some kind of my investments, which I can postpone, but I can't cut it. I'm not saying ki cut it down. I'm saying just to postpone it. Maintenance of my home, some repairing work, I can postpone, but I can't cut it. If I will cut it, my family will beat me, definitely. So then I'm having a popular expenses. In the popular expenses, now here I can do a cut, which means expensive mobile phones. I can cut some amount of that. High-end cars, business air travels, expensive clothes, over expensive clothes, not exactly expensive, over expensive clothes, high-end watches. That's what I said. If you have a hobby, I'm not putting your hobby as a point, but so the useless expenses, which is my fourth quadrant. So what is this fourth quadrant, which means it is stating that buying too many pair of shoes. So one of my friend is having 42 pair of shoes. I asked him, okay, you have 42 pair of shoes, just give a rank to your shoes. Put one rank as a one shoe which you have here wear today, and let me tell you, in a 1 year's time frame, when he called me up after 1 year, he said, Sumit, I'm not able to repeat my first shoe in the last 1 year. What I will do? I said, immediately stop buying more shoes. You don't need more shoes actually. Same, I have put on over there as like in jewelry. So what is jewelry? So jewelry we cascade into two parts. One is my consumption, like my wife's birthday or my daughter's some birthday. I want to give some ornament. So that is a jewelry, which means I am buying it for my consumption. It is not for investment. So what is investment? Investment is maybe buying a gold coins, buying an electronic gold. That is an investment. So buying too many jewelry can be an over expense sometimes. So which I'm thinking about, okay, fine, my daughter marriage will be after 20 years or maybe after 15 years or maybe after 10 years. Let me buy some ornaments for her. No, not required, because I don't know after 5 years what trend will be there. She will like it or she will not like it. So better to invest that money at that point of time, redeem that money and buy a jewelry at that point of time, which you want to gift it. So now, every time going on a outstation trips, which is not required, you want to stress out yourself, it is good from the professional life. You can stress out with the various ways. Spend smaller picnics, which may be a very less cost instead of going to the clubs, hotels and all. So these are some of the useless expenses which you can have it. Now I'll talk about the emergency fund, which I told you. So what is emergency funds? So in the emergency fund, if I'll be getting any kind of uncertainty in my life, so at that point of time, my uncertainty will be covered with some of the amount. So how I will calculate my emergency funds? So let me go into that into the next slide. But before going on, what are the kind of emergencies which I can hear it? Which may be medical bills, household requirements, emergency requirements. So these are my emergency requirements at that point of time. If I am just going to lose the main income. So how I will calculate my emergency funds, which is, let's suppose 20,000 is your living expense. So I have converted into the Indian rupee. So because it's an Indian presentation. So living expenses, let's suppose 20,000. Then EMIs, which is 15,000, total expenses coming 35,000, which is a monthly expense into straight away 6 months. So which means my monthly expenses are parked for the 6 months. Then annual expenses, maybe in this between of 6 months time, I will be getting some kind of annual expenses as well, like my insurance policy, like my health policy, like my car policy, any medical expenses, education expenses, all these things will be coming into my yearly expenses. So total corpus which I would require is 3.38 lakhs, which is my emergency fund. So it should be ready at always. So majority of the people do this mistake. They don't count all the annual expenses as like an emergency expenses, because in any point of time, that 6 months time, you all be having that kind of annual expenses at that point of time. So you should have to bear it. So make your emergency funds wealthy, because the reason behind it, if you don't have an emergency fund at that point of time, you have to look at your investments again and again. So last portion, and then I'll be opening up back to the Aditya, and then we'll be having a session of Q&A after that. So good debt and bad debts. Lots of investors ask me this question: which debt is a good and bad debt? So home loans, education loans is a good debt for you.
I believe again, Sumit is met with some, internet disturbance. Yeah. So, what Sumit was trying to share here is good debt versus bad debt. So, what is good debt? The assets, good debt is something which is taken, loans which is taken to create certain assets. So here good debt is like you are taking home loan to create an asset which is in future which can be helpful for you in terms of creating an asset. It helps in your network. On the good debt can be your education loan as well, because it's actually improvement of the skills. You become employable. Further income generation can be once you enhance. Yeah, Mohan sir.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, I can hear.
And then there are various other loans also, but on the case-to-case basis, which are easily creating some enhanced value in your life. Now, what are bad loans? What are bad debts? Buying vehicle. Of course, vehicles are good if it is adding value to your job, to your income. But unnecessary buying, beyond your income capacity, and paying the next 5-10 years their EMIs. So like those expenses, personal loan, unnecessary improvement loans, unnecessary shopping bills. So the debt taken for those causes which don't create any future stream of income or create any net worth enhancement. So we have to any expenses tomorrow or any loan before you take, just create that what you are going to do tomorrow with this. Is it helping me in my overall life improvement, or it is taking me back, in my net worth, or giving me more burden? So that is, but for a lifestyle, lot of things, we still take loans. Credit card is not bad at all if we use it wisely. But a lot of things we try to do through use of a credit card. So that is what Sumit is trying to here say, that create a before taking any debt, create a right picture. What is good debt and what is bad debt? Here, let me try again Sumit's number. 1 second. Yeah, Achal, are you there?
Adi, I think you can just take everyone to the Wellesley site and take it from there. Let Sumit come and join in back. Yeah.
In case there is a couple of slides left, so he can take it forward. In the meantime, I'll take participants. I'll take 2 minutes in between participants to my site Wellesley, and we can come back again once the Sumit.
Aditya, so you.
Thank you. So now, how I can reduce my expenses? So simply locking off your credit card. So I'm not saying just surrender all your credit cards. I would say credit card is good for you for in case of any emergency, you require an immediate liquidity of money. That should be available with you. But yes, excess use of your credit card may be a wrong. Now, paying a bill on time, which is very simple and disciplined approach. The very, very important is that when you are going to the market, create a list first, which will save lots of expenses, which you are going to buy at an unnecessary requirements. So that is an important way to go on to control your expenses. I'm not saying to cut it down all the expenses, to reduce and control your expenses. Next slide, please. Now, how you will spell life? which is very, very important. LIFE, life. So how the LIFE life goes on? So the life goes with the very interesting phrase, which is called if. If, which means is interesting portion is that life is uncertain. So the if will always come with an uncertain. So that if will also denominate next word, which is D. So what is D? D is death actually, which is a true fact. Disability, which is again a true fact. Diseases, pandemic is a true fact. Any other disease can come in and take a charge of it. What we have to do it, we have to be a right life insurance, covered for death, right personal accidental or maybe a critical illness cover, and the perfect health insurance plan which can cover my disease, disability, and all everything. So you should be completely covered. So that's what I always say to my all the investors. You should have a proper, you can say, life word is planned, which is if word should be very well planned. Next slide, please. So this is a pyramid. So pyramid of financial planning pyramid. So what is this financial planning pyramid? It says we have lots of investment opportunities in the local country or maybe internationally, maybe globally. We have n number of investment opportunities. So now when we talk about the open economies, open investment opportunities, hell lot of investment opportunities. But investment opportunity stands in which pyramid option, which is important. Like equity is a speculation, but if I take it as like an okay, this is the investments, so it may be right at every point of time. But yes, buying stocks, which is again a part of equity only, buying stocks can be one in good investments. Company bonds, gold, electronic gold, mutual funds, real estate, all these are the investment opportunities. So these are the major bigger hits. Because the time is less, I can't cover everything of financial planning. So this is just only a startup to all of you. Then we have a savings like my home ownership, which is my home, mutual funds, bank RDs, and saving accounts. This is my saving, basic savings. Then we have a protection. So all kind of insurance policy, all everything comes under the protection plan. So all these four important pyramid options are available in front of us. But we should think about it before investing. That is, so please, next slide. Now is your part, Aditya.
Yeah. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sumit, for taking us through this insightful financial planning topic, Emperor Forever. This has been, a great insight. I believe, everyone have got right frame. What is important, about the finances, personal finance front. And, thanks a lot for the patient listening. I'll take 2 minutes of attendees here and we'll take them through my website, wealthy.com. And there I would like to show them few options, how to navigate across different investment products, and and how to choose right tools for their financial planning, what Sumit just spoke about. So here what actually was idea was to give a basic financial planning saving angle to start off with, as this is the first webinar for employees of Wimpy Labs to start off with. So financial planning is must for each one of us, and there has to be that angle. Plus yes, because we mostly we belong to India, as in our most of the investment goes for achieve of our goals in India. So to start off with, we definitely have financial plans. So saving, as far as the saving is concerned, we could do saving in dirhams also possible, in the mutual funds and a lot of other asset classes, and the savings in the Indian rupee as well. Both the side it's available through the wealthy.com. So I just would like to draw the attention what you can do in the wealthy.com once you log in, and what all product lines, as Sumit spoke about, mutual funds as a productive investment options, insurance pursue the life insurance option. So a lot of things we covered here. So as soon as you reach on the Wealthy.com website, which is, I hope this screen is visible to each and everyone.
Yeah, it's visible. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So on this screen, we have a lot of links. We have kept it, but here to enter this site, what you can do is you can register yourself, and once you register, you get a lot of options. I'll just do a login here. Once you register, investors who have existing assets across some Indian investments, they can pull their existing investments and update their investments onto my website free of cost. And they can start off tracking their assets immediately. Likes of mutual funds, fixed deposits in any bank, if they have done real estate per se. So in the investment side, you could see mutual fund stocks, PMSs, bonds, fixed deposits, real estate, gold, and other alternatives if investors have invested in. So they can start off tracking and create their own dashboard. On the explore section, they can explore different types of mutual funds which are there in the Indian market available. If they are conservative in the nature, they can choose FD kind of an alternative funds. Or if they just want, what recently Sumit spoke about, emergency funds, where to park in those. So after calculation, if somebody wants that I need 5 or 10 lakh rupees to be on the emergency side, so which are those funds to be there in case of a redemption, in case of a requirement, I can immediately redeem. So we have curated those lists, selected funds after the due diligence, and they can immediately put, from their saving account, they can park in these funds over here in the likes of top quality mutual funds, which are in the liquid in nature. On the as a lot of people have a gold inclination, also buying more gold, they buy for their rainy days, because gold is one of the form of investments where a lot of trust, investors' trust is. So we give an option to buy gold in the physical form also, but there is no mandatory need to get it delivered physically. You can buy and sell these 99.9% pure quality gold over on the website itself, and you can sell there whenever, if you feel that tomorrow you require money, you can immediately sell off without taking the delivery also, on the platform itself. The platform is supported by IDBI Trust, so it is fully safe, and all the gold which you buy, you have all options to deliver at your home address as well. And same is the case with the silver. So there are a lot of multiple options. Plus, as we are into the personal finance, so we run a blog also, which is called Wealthy Learn, which is there directly on the website. I'll just take you there. It is a learn section where latest all the options for the learning side, whatever the new products are there in the market, what new themes and items which are running in the investment side, we cover them. We speak to a lot of fund managers every month on month and bring them and learn from their thoughts also. I would like to draw one more, another 2 minutes from my dollar offering, which is because dirham is back to the dollars. So I would like to draw the attention to one of the saving plan, which is in dollar, as most of the people in UAE earn in dollar. So this suits well for those people who want to save in dirhams until they are back home. So and because why dollar? Why something which is based out of global market is because they are tax efficient. They get less taxes, because in India you get short-term, long-term taxes, and until you are NRI, why to have India taxation? So this is another good opportunity for the people in abroad to invest in our global portfolio of stocks, but through the mutual funds.
Aditya, we cannot see your screen, huh?
Yeah, it is still, sir, loading up. Yeah. So we deal with a lot of fund managers across the globe, likes of JP Morgan, Franklin, Ernst & Brain, BlackRock, Schroders. So we work with them and we bring curated portfolios in the dollar form. Each of the portfolio comes through a rigorous research, and our methodology is based out of last 10 years experience. which has gone beyond the normal what other companies do their research on the basis of return. We track actually risk and reward on the basis of risk and reward. So our funds are more in the longer duration. So this is kind of a portfolio. For example, any NRI which is there in UAE who would like to invest in global market, there is an option to invest in India as well. But why we are speaking? Because it's a kind of a diversification. A lot of expenses are there, which is local economy. So something which is hedging you with your portfolio, with you are earning in the same, you are earning in dollar, your expenses are in dollar. So it's still, it's a quite a right ratio. So here, we would like to draw an attention that our portfolios in the global economies have done fairly well. Compared to Indian market, it is one of the much robust returns, as it is dollar to dollar return. So any return which you see in the terms of 10-year return CAGR, it's 14%. 5-year return CAGR in 18%, and last 3-year return CAGR is 19%. Oh, this complete model portfolio, which is some money is invested in the US market, some is in the technology, some in biotechnology, Taiwan, China, Latin America. This whole portfolio is actively monitored, and any changes in the coming times would be notified through Wellesley as well. So it is a direct monitored under us. We have some of the passive investment ideas also outside India. So what I am speaking here is more about global ideas. If somebody wants to invest and interested in the market, which is beyond India, so those options are also available. And of course, in India, Wellesley.com website is available and it's open. And in the meantime, also in next coming couple of days, my team will also reach out to you and brief you about all our products and services, and definitely on the financial plan, how to develop your own 2-minute financial plan, so that you have a streamlined your emergency needs and tomorrow's goal planning. So that is very important for each one of us.
Yeah.
Through Wellesley.com website in the Indian, so you could start your portfolio as low as 1,000 rupees SIP monthly investment. You can start off. Even some of the funds are available even at a 500 SIP. So plus there is another good option on the website, which is important to be seen, is anybody who is there on the website can log in and get a curated portfolio of ours. So on this, for example, Sumit just while going on his presentation, he talked about child education, wealth creation goals. So any client looking to do a quick goal planning, and to reach out to what kind of investment he should do, so he can get easily going through this calculator. He can easily come out with a list of funds and invest directly from here. So we are automatically suggesting immediate curated portfolios, where he could add these portfolios into his cart and start investing in. So right now, because of this goal was high amount, so monthly SIP is coming out big, 36,000. But depending upon the goal, nature of the goal, you could also invest. And they give you a right amount to invest starting from now. In the global front, it starts from $100 monthly. Some of the plans are 200, but it starts. We can on the discussion, but minimum is $100 monthly.
And these are important. These are important, guys, just for your specific short-term and long-term goals. That is what Adi is trying to say. And so, employee saving and employee retirement is an absolute miss all across the globe. If I were to say, we are not planned for our retirement. What Sumit was talking about, and we're not even planned for our savings too. So these could be the smaller mechanism, smaller way to create in a corpus. Adi, over to you.
Yeah. As I believe, sir, we are near to the end of our webinar.